This video was brought to you by stntrading.eu. They enhance your trading experience by offering extremely fast automated trading services for both TF2 and CSGO items. Be sure to check them out in the description below. What's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to another sort of trading guide video. And it's actually been a while since I made one of these. If you are just beginning to start trading, then I'll probably recommend checking out my complete trading guide. That's probably the most in-depth one I think I'm going to make. But this is actually going to be 5 mistakes, very common mistakes in fact, that new traders seem to make when starting to trade in Team Fortress 2. I feel like this is the perfect time to make this video due to the fact a lot of you guys just start to trade around the Christmas period. You maybe get given a Steam card for Christmas or something and buy yourself some keys to start trading with, and you're really quite unsure of where to start. And again, I would kind of recommend checking out my complete trading guide video because that really does cover just about everything, and this is just going to be some mistakes that you guys should try to avoid when starting to actually trade. Just before we get into this, I thought I'd just quickly address a few things. Firstly, my voice is still a bit messed up to say the least. I'm completely ill. Luckily it happened just after Christmas, but I've fallen ill with a cold and a cough and a bad chest and generally just a very bad case of a man cold. So, yeah, apologies if my voice does still sound a bit messed up. I am trying my best to get out videos for you regardless. Also, when I was coming up with the ideas for the things to put in this list, I got in contact with Leela, who is a big trader in the TF2 community, and they helped me complete this list and come up with 5 very common mistakes that you guys will need to avoid when starting to trade. So I really do hope you guys enjoy and this video helps you, and without further ado, let's get straight into our first common mistake that traders make. So this first one is going to be something that I know a lot of people have fallen victim of in the past, including myself. Maybe when I got around trading, I definitely have fallen victim to this, and I haven't actually made a trade, but I've definitely been very confused when looking. And this is going to be confusing the Backpack.tf classified price in someone's backpack for the actual worth of the item's value. And it does seem fairly logical for anyone that trades now, like obviously the classified's price is completely different, but it does seem quite hard to differentiate when you start trading. So I'm going to be showing you how to differentiate a classified listing's price worth the item's actual price now, and hopefully none of you guys will make the same mistakes I have in the past. So for this example, I'm going to be using my own backpack, and as you can see, some of these items have a little price tag next to them and with an amount of keys. So for example, the Scorching Yellow Belt has a price tag that says 200 keys, and of course it might just be at a quick glance safe to assume that the Yellow Belt is actually worth 200 keys. However, if you simply hover over the item, it will tell you the suggested values there, and next to Backpack.tf it tells you the item's actual value, which is 180 keys. So this is just something you guys might want to look out for, because I mean anyone could just list, like for example I could list this strange shot to house scattergun, and it's actually really simple to just make it seem like it's worth a lot more, especially to new traders. Okay, so there we go. I could list this scattergun for, if I can just find it now. Wait, did I go past? Yeah, so if we go into my backpack now, the scattergun has been listed for 9,999 keys, which of course isn't its actual value. As you guys saw earlier, it was worth about 3 keys, and I mean it's a really easy mistake to make. So now we go back into my Backpack.tf account, we sort by value, and as you can see it hasn't moved in my backpack, so it hasn't actually increased in value, but you sort of scroll down and you see the field tested scattergun and it says 9,999 keys. So of course you wouldn't think a lot of people fall for this and like just see a price there and instantly assume, but you'd definitely be surprised. So always be sure to hover over the item to make sure you see its actual price there. And if you want a quick comparison of what they sell for, you can literally just click stats, and you've got to take dupes into account, but you can click stats and scroll down and see the prices that other people want for them if you think it may be a bit too much. So the next very common mistake that a lot of people make is paying Backpack.tf price on killstreak and painted items, or items with strange parts. And there's nothing actually wrong with this, it's just Backpack.tf seems to show really inaccurate prices when it comes to killstreak items or items with parts or items with paints. In the vast majority of cases, they will always slightly overvalue an item that is killstreak or an item that has paint, and generally gives the trader or the owner of the item an unrealistic expectation of what the item is actually worth. So let's head back on over to my backpack to give you guys a prime example of this. So as you can see, we are back on my Backpack.tf profile, and let's take a look at, for example, I know it does it a lot of the time with Australians. So I've got this professional killstreak Australian Tomislav received in a trade earlier. It's pro kill killstreak and has player's hit on it. It says here, Backpack.tf, that it's worth 26.88 keys, so nearly 27 keys. So you might think it's safe to assume that it's worth 26 keys, because that is what Backpack.tf says. To work out its true value, especially with KS items, you'd literally just click stats once again, as I mentioned previously, and as you can see, they're being sold for 18, 18, 19, 19, 19, 20. So those are the sort of prices you should be looking at when looking at killstreak items, or maybe the items that the quick buyers are paying for, but generally the items the quick buyers are paying for are a bit too much of a discount, so it's not an accurate pricing. But yeah, so compared to the 26 keys it said in my backpack it was worth, and then compared to what they're actually selling for, it's quite a large discount with up to 8 keys being overpriced, so you may end up paying up to 8 keys over what the item is actually worth due to what Backpack.tf is saying, and it's really messed up, and I'm not really too sure why it overprices them so much, but they should probably look into fixing this, because a lot of traders will be losing out on a lot of value if they don't look at what they're actually selling for. So this next one is going to be particularly relevant for you guys that have started unusual trading. I guess it can happen with craft hats or strangers with killstreak stuff as well, but this is going to be accidentally offering on an item worth a lot less than the item you intended on offering for. So for example, if you wanted to offer it on a burning, a rather festive tree, but ended up sending a trade offer for a steaming, a rather festive tree. But a lot of these big unusual traders who have a lot of items generally have more than one hat with different effects, so let's just show another example of this now. Now, as I mentioned, this is just solely down to just being attentive and really paying attention when sending a trade offer. If you're not, you could end up losing a lot of money. So onto the example. So let's just say, for example, I wanted to offer on my friend the Mighty Bob's Circling Heart Glengarry bonnet. He's looking for 40 keys, so let's just say I wanted to offer him 35 keys pure. He's not actually selling it, but it's priced at 37, so let's just say I wanted to offer him 35 keys pure. I don't acknowledge the fact that he actually has various other Glengarry bonnets in his backpack, so I don't really take notice of it. So I'll add my sort of pure that I would be offering now, and this is just a really simple mistake that I've made in the past with CSGO, like offering on a battle scarred or Basimov instead of a field tested one, etc. And it's just a really amateur mistake, and obviously it's really easy to look out for. It's just being attentive in your trades. So once we've loaded the Mighty Bob's items, we can see, go over to unusuals. He has 68 of these, and I just search for the Glengarry bonnet. I'll automatically assume that the one I click is the Circling Hearts one. So I'll just be like, oh, that's a first Glengarry bonnet I saw, when it's actually green confetti. And if I sent this offer and the Mighty Bob saw I was offering him 32 keys on his 20 keys green confetti Glengarry bonnet, then he'd obviously be obliged to accept it because it's 12 keys pure overpay, when in reality I actually intended on offering on his Circling Hearts one. It's a really simple mistake and really easy to look out for once you understand sort of the concept of actually checking the item's effect, or actually checking that it's killstreak, or checking that it's got this Halloween spell that you were after, or something like that. So this next one is obviously really logical to the vast majority of traders, and it's something that I do struggle with as well. It's very tempting to, when you have pure, whether that be refined or keys, it's resisting the urge to either unbox or craft things with the metal, because unboxing, you know, there's that tiny chance that you will make profit, but in the long run it's a very bad way of losing your keys. So let's say, for example, you have like 20 keys in your backpack, and that's taking up the vast majority of your backpack's value. You can't find any quick sells, and you've been searching for about 5 days, and you just simply can't find anything. The urge will increase more and more due to the fact you're unable to trade and you're really struggling to just unbox and just get it over with. But one of the big things about trading is just being patient. In the long run you will make profit if you just wait for that quick sell, but just resisting the urge to unbox can be very difficult, but in the long run I promise you it is very rewarding. Just stay away from unboxing and just keep the thought of getting an unusual out of a crate completely out of your mind. Ignore the fact that there is that tiny chance that you will make profit by unboxing, when realistically it's just the quickest way to lose all of your value. And this last one is reverting back to Backpack.tf, and it is when Backpack.tf doesn't have a specific price for an item, so it will actually use the Steam market price, and due to the rarity of this item it will be severely overpriced, meaning that you may read this price and get offered the item and think you're getting some sort of crazy overpay, when really it's really not a good deal. So I'll show you a quick example of this now. So a prime example of this would be the collector's Shah. Apologies if I pronounce that wrong, but it is the sniper melee item. As you can see, the normal collector's version is priced at 3.2 keys. If we click on the collector's logo and just take a look at the classified listings, we will be able to see how much they are selling for. So as you can see, none actually for sale, but there's buyers for 3.14, and it's got a fairly recent price of 3.2 keys. So the chances are it's probably going to be worth something around 3 keys. And let's take a look at Pro Killstreak, and as you can see, 2 Pro Killstreak ones on the market for 7 keys. So let's take a look in this person's backpack. They have a specialized Killstreak collector's Shah for 95 keys. Let's keep in mind Pro Killstreak, which is better than specialized, was priced at 7 keys and 2 being sold at 7. So why would it be logical to pay 95 keys on this specialized Killstreak one? And the truth is, it's not logical at all. And the issue with this is because there's barely any of these in existence. Well, I mean, there is a few, but there's barely any being sold. And there is one on the Steam market currently for $230. So Backpack.tf has completely got rid of all of its logic and just thought $230 equates to 95 keys, let's just price it at 95 keys. And unfortunately, some people will use this to their advantage and think, damn, this is a 95 key item, I can offer it on some poor person that won't realise that it's overpriced, and then they'll end up accepting this because they see it as 95 keys, when in reality, once again, Pro Killstreak is sold at 7 keys and a normal one is 3, so why would someone pay 95 for a specialised one? It's just simply ridiculous. But always be careful with Killstreak items. It's especially common with skins, because Killstreak and specialised Killstreak skins are ridiculously overpriced due to how rare they are, and when they are sold on the Steam market, people just list them for really unrealistically high prices. But guys, that is just about it for this video. A big thank you to Leela once again for helping me brainstorm the ideas. I had a ton of fun making these. I'm sure there is another 5 I could think of if you wanted me to make a part 2 of this. Do let me know if you enjoyed this video down below, as again, I did have a lot of fun making this, and I feel like a part 2 could be quite cool. So if this did help you, be sure to leave a like and let me know down in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this and general gaming content, then do be sure to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, guys, and peace.